Today I am back in Athens, Ohio to visit the Athens Cemetery, and I made this trip, well, several months ago now, and I did not realize when I made the trip just what a treasure trove of history and cemeteries and things like that I would find when I got there. This is really, if you haven't been to Athens to take some of these trips, I would suggest doing that. Now, this cemetery has a few, as far as monuments and stones, this has some of the most unique monuments and even some statues in here that I've seen in a cemetery. And, the thing is, like some of these, when you're looking at them, they really have a haunting feel to them. So I wanted to share that with you, share some of the tombstones that I found here in Athens Cemetery. So let's take a trip to Athens, Ohio, to the Athens Cemetery. Today we are in Athens, Ohio at the Athens Cemetery, and this was a different sort of cemetery for me to visit. Normally I am in the countryside in northeast Kentucky where I am from. This is a little bit different. This was a more urban cemetery, and with a little different view than I'm normally used to as far as my home cemeteries and what I see where I'm located. But we want to do a little bit of a watch along here. We want to take a look at Athens Cemetery. Now I noticed too that there are different places online and in my research for this that refer to this as by a different name, but more commonly and more recently this has become known as Athens Cemetery. So we are pretty well in the middle of Athens, Ohio, and I saw this this monument here, and I wanted to go ahead and pay honor to Private First Class Billy J. Lewis, who actually lost his life while serving in the military. And just taking a look behind, and you'll see there are different styles and different types of monuments that you will see in here, but really the monument, it's actually a statue that if you look this place up and you start looking at some of the visits, there is a statue of representation of two sisters called the Downard Sisters, and we're going to be visiting them here in just a few moments. But that was really one of the main reasons I came to this cemetery, is because this particular statue has taken on such a following, and I wanted to check it out and take a look at it. Now you will again see, I do notice you'll see there a lot of American flags out, so the veterans here are being honored. It always does my heart good to see that. But a more urban cemetery, like I said, I'm used to more of a country cemetery unless I'm filming one of my famous grave videos, but just to do a regular cemetery visit, this is a little bit different than the ones that I am used to going to. So, and I will say this, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, there were kind of more of an eerie feeling to some of these monuments and statues, and I don't know if it's just the placement or the way things were that particular day, I don't know. But still a very, very good visit to make. Really enjoyed this cemetery. You'll see the, there are countryside views there, some trees, but make no mistake, when you pull into this cemetery, you are pulling right out of a city. This is, you're not going up some road somewhere. This is right outside of the city. So Athens Cemetery here in Athens, Ohio. And I always like to take a look at a lot of the monuments, because there are some unique monuments here in this particular cemetery. And you'll see, right there, just stones and things that you don't see nowadays, different types of styles that you will see. But this is another view towards the back side. When you first pull in, that's kind of towards the back. But highly recommend Athens, Ohio. A lot of cemeteries here to visit, really. And if you look that up, just a quick internet search will let you know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of places here to visit. I did the video previously on the Athens Insane Asylum cemeteries. I would definitely recommend visiting those, and I recorded this the same day. So several different places, different historical locations that you can visit in Athens, so I would highly recommend a visit there if you ever get the chance. And now one of the more visited monuments and statues in here is of the Downard Sisters. And, I really tried to do a lot of research on them and what brought about this statue, and I really couldn't find anything. But I know this, when you're looking at it, it does have a very serene, almost an eerie feel, as a lot of the stones in here do, a lot of the monuments. So we're going to visit the Downard Sisters monuments and statue. And thank you once again for joining me on this journey today to Athens, Ohio, to the Athens Cemetery. And here is the statue of the Downard Sisters. And if you look up Athens Cemetery, as I mentioned in the previous part of the video, if you look up Athens Cemetery, you will, no doubt, you're going to see pictures of this particular monument and statues. And if you look, both of the young ladies here passed away in the same year, and they were both, young. So I don't know what happened. I even tried to look to see if there's any information on that, but I didn't really find anything. But very sad, and this was a very serene monument. And when I was visiting, I definitely felt some of those emotions. So you never like to think of this, but I'm just thinking that maybe this is a grieving parent's way to immortalize their daughters. I don't really know, but that is definitely one of the main reasons people visit this cemetery, because it's so unique. This is also a unique stone, and I really, you can just tell by looking at this person probably had a love and a zest for life. So I wanted to show this particular stone, and while we're here, let's just take a look at the section, and I'll show you some of the other ones that are in here as well. But yeah, if you know of any information on the statue there of the Downard Sisters, I would love to hear that. And definitely, we paid our respects. We certainly did while we were there, and it's such a sad monument, and just to think, it's probably a grieving family's way to immortalize their loved ones. So again, and I mentioned this in my visits, I never want to grow cold to the fact that every one of these stones probably represents the worst day of someone's life. And when I make my visits, I do it for historical purposes only, and to show you the countryside and some of the monuments that I see, so maybe help you visit some places that you've never visited before. But I always have that thought in my mind that this is someone's loved one, and we never ever lose sight of that fact, and I'm never going to on my channel. So I just always like to bring honor and respect to those that I visit, whether they're famous or not. I want to thank you all for visiting the Athens Cemetery with me today, and I just want to take one more view of the Downard Sisters statue. And again, if you know any information on this, let me know. Like I said, we just always want to bring honor and respect to those that we visit. And I do that on all my videos. And if you don't subscribe to my channel, I ask that you do that. We have a good time visiting cemeteries and taking a look at the life of those that we visit. So please click on that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, I do like to interact on my Facebook page, and you can search for me on Facebook by just searching for Whit Docs. You'll find me there. I do interact and post. That's where I post my new videos first, just to my Facebook page. So feel free to visit me there. I would love to see you. Thank you again for watching. I will see you again soon.